It's a fascinating structure, actually, that has led some people to call it it's a two-movement structure. Some people say it's a three-movement structure. Some people call it a four-movement structure. I lean to the middle one, that it's a three-movement. It starts off with a very elaborate accompanied cadenza, and it's of such big and vast proportion that it seems like a movement in itself, and that's what has led some people to call this the first movement. I don't think so. I think it's a large introduction in accompanied cadenza style, introducing a lot of themes, some of which, especially rhythmic fragments, that are gonna continue in this work throughout till the end of the piece, through all the movements. That leads to a very, I don't want to call it brisk, but I certainly want to call it vigorous and very energetic main movement. Now, in that is an actual cadenza as well, placed where Tchaikovsky and Sibelius placed theirs in the development part, right before the recapitulation and return of the main theme. And that sort of rounds off the first half of the piece, which has led some people to say it's a two-movement structure, because the second and third movement are, again, go right into each other. And you have an exquisite slow movement that is, I don't know, it would be it would be belittling Nielsen to say that it has Wagnerian elements tonally, and it has moments of this and moments of, because it's his own piece, but it's extremely elegiac and ends harmonically, you would think, except the final note in the violin leaves it as a question, and that leaves us right into the final concluding movement, which has again some sense of ambiguity in its character, because it could be a very aristocratic sort of, not a minuet, but kind of a light 3/8 could be. I used to think of it as very rustic when I was younger. I used to think it, very sort of with those wooden shoes that they have in the peasant countries, and that those kind of dances. And now I'm not sure. It has elements of both. There's so much in it. There's tender moments. There's a little waltz in there. There are rustic moments for sure. And all of a sudden comes this huge cadenza. Again, you thought, we were done with that. But no, here's another one. Very virtuosic, very important. And then it ends and returns to that theme, which is somewhere in between folksy and enlightened. And the piece, till the very end, keeps humor as a central part of its expression. There's always a twinkle in the eye there that I find charming. I think there's so much in that piece, really.